Hello Internet, we are back on Showdown again, and we're going to do some more games with this quite interesting team that we've got. Now, I just, quickly at the end of the Tuesday video I said about, we're in this schedule of doing Battlespot Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Showdown on Thursday and Tuesday. So I just want a little bit of feedback on that really. I quite enjoy it, it's quite a nice little routine to be in really. Just hoping that you're enjoying it as well, as we, start to look for a game. It's it's a bit of variation. Showdown and Battlespot are very different to each other. It does mean I can use some different teams on Showdown as well, like this, because I think when I asked before, the general sort of mood wasn't as favourable towards Showdown. But we'll see how we go in this video. We've probably decayed a little bit. I've not been on this alt for a while, but I'm sure we can climb up a little bit more. See how we go. Get some good games, if there's anyone online. As we find a Shedinja, which is actually quite interesting. It's never a Pokemon that I've used myself, but it's something that I could see myself using. Like, there's a very defined, you got a very defined plan with Shedinja. Just protect it from the things that can hit it, basically. There's nothing on there that can learn Soak. Don't think Kyogre can learn Soak, but I'm not 100% on that. So, I don't know. Maybe this is going to be one of the situations where actually Rayquaza might help out Groudon by allowing me to hit the Shedinja with a fire move, but maybe not. As it will be sitting in front of the Kyogre itself, all vulnerable. But in this game, we're going to go with Rayquaza, Sylveon, and Groudon, and I think Talonflame in this game, actually. Talonflame is a Pokemon that I've not really used with this team before. It is there for, like, a few of the shenanigan-y sort of Pokemon, though. Things like Whimsicott and Gengar and sort of fighting leads as well, which you don't really see too much of. Quick Guard is also nice. I mean, if I double protect, he's bound to just Tailwind here, isn't he? He is probably going to Tailwind. You'd imagine a Tailwind. I am imagining a Tailwind. So, maybe a Fake Out onto the Rayquaza. And yeah, I don't know. Maybe you'll Fake out the Sylveon. We'll just attack with both of them, I think. We'll go for a Dragon Ascent and a Hyper Voice. Just because I don't want to waste a turn if he does get the Tailwind. So, I was tempted to protect the Rayquaza there. And he does Tailwind. So, I suppose for the sake of that 30%, it would have been nice to... Ooh, Citrus Berry. Would have been nice to just protect, but, it is what it is. Okay. Well, Tornadus doesn't really threaten too much, does it? So I'm actually just going to go for an Extreme Speed with a Helping Hand. And this will knock out the Kangaskhan. We'll see what this Tornadus has got for us. A Hurricane, which misses. Okay. That's one of the problems with Tornadus. Okay, so now, you can hit your Hurricanes, but, you do need your Rain to actually, do something there. I have got Groudon in the back. So, I could go for an Extreme Speed with a Helping Hand on the Tornadus. Sylveon, I think, can survive. I think this spread can survive a Water Spout. I think. So maybe I'll Protect here and Hyper Voice. And see what he does. Okay, so he targets the Sylveon with a Hurricane. And Ice Beams the Rayquaza. And we don't hit ourselves. Okay, so he was expecting the Groudon to switch in there, obviously. Okay, well, this Tailwind is wearing down, so I don't mind that. And we've got a nice good chunk with the Hyper Voice onto the Kyogre as well. Now, does he have Rayquaza in the back? Or is it the Shedinja? Well, we've got a pretty hostile back to Shedinja and Ferrothorn. So I suppose the only thing I've really got to worry about is if it's Rayquaza, because my Sylveon is pretty weakened now, as is my Rayquaza. So yeah, not so good now. I think I'm going to double switch. As he shows the Ferrothorn. Okay. If he Ice Beams the Talonflame, then that's fair enough. That's what I was hoping he's going to do. If he goes for a water attack, yeah. Well, there you go. You know, it's even better, isn't it? Just because I didn't switch in the Groudon last turn, so that sort of worked out for us. A little bit of a mind game there, I guess. But, you know, worst case there is if he Ice Beams the Talonflame, which it doesn't really care too much about. And that's that. If he had Rayquaza in the back, maybe it would have been a little bit different. But still, yeah, I'm quite enjoying using this team. Let's go on and see what we can do with Wee Andy here. Wee Andy has got a very typical team. Interesting. I think we're going to go Sylveon Groudon, and I have Rayquaza in the back too. And either Cresselia or Smeargle. Cresselia can reset the Trick Room. Smeargle can Wide Guard. I think we'll go with Cresselia, I guess. Yeah, this will be interesting. I've not really played too many Bronzong with this. This might be one of the sort of funny situations where if he doesn't lead with Kyogre, which he does, like I was thinking if he led with Bronzong, I could actually just bring in Rayquaza to get the Eruption on the on the Bronzong, and that's something that you don't really see every day, is it? But you know, doing that, obviously my Groudon will be pretty susceptible to a water move itself, so maybe not the most wise of wisest of moves there. Alright, so we'll protect and bring in Cresselia, I think. Cresselia can take anything. It's immortal. Cresselia never gets knocked out. He's probably going to go for like a Water Spout and just a Thunderbolt maybe on Sylveon, or not too sure really. Yeah. Kind of surprised he didn't lead with the Bronzong there, but you know, maybe he was scared of the Smeargle. Maybe it's not got a Lumberry on it. I think that probably makes more sense. And leading with Thundurus as well helps against Smeargle as well. I think he was just a bit worried about Smeargle, which is, you know, fair enough. Most people are. Thunderbolt and Water Spout, yeah. Which Cresselia should be able to take, get its Citrus Berry. Although now he's seen Citrus Berry, he knows it's not Mental Herb. So there is that. Yeah, there is that, indeed. I think we're going to go for a Hyper Voice and just bring Groudon back in. They don't tend to have roleplay. If he Ice Beams the Cresselia, then fair enough. But a Hyper Voice should be doing some, you know, decent damage to both of these Pokemon. Like, the Groudon coming back in is quite obvious too. But what can he do about it? Like, if he brings in his Salamence in, it's taking a Hyper Voice. If he brings in his own Groudon, then he's risking a Speed tie if it is max speed. Amoonguss doesn't want to look at a Groudon either. So, I suppose roleplay is the worst case scenario here. Also, if he just Ice Beams the Groudon and it is a 2-hit KO, that would also not be good. But I don't know how likely he is to just Ice Beam the Cresselia here. Cresselia isn't a regular target for Ice Beam. He might just he might withdraw the Kyogre there. And like I was saying, yeah, Amoonguss isn't really going to enjoy this. So he does taunt, he does taunt the Cresselia, seeing that it doesn't have the Mental Herb. And now, if he hasn't, if he brings in his Kyogre, I'm going to bring in my Rayquaza and Erupt, and hopefully knock out this Amoonguss. This is actually quite weird, isn't it, doing it this way around? Normally, you're bringing in Rayquaza to get your Kyogre's attacks off, your water attacks off, but this time we're doing it to get a safe fire move off. That's weird. That's bizarre. If he's got hidden power water, then that's not going to be good. Maybe he's teeing himself up for that. Which wouldn't surprise me. Hidden Power Water is quite common. Maybe not common, but it's around these days. Let's just get this move go through. Let it go through first, and I'll talk a bit more. Yeah, it does knock the Amoonguss out. Okay, but I was thinking that, you know, looking at his team, he has got Salamence, he has got his own Kyogre as well, he has got his own Groudon too, so he has got quite a lot of things to hit Groudon. So it would have surprised me if he did have Hidden Power Water as well on his Thundurus. So I think we'll Mega Evolve Protect and just bring in Cresselia again, because by Mega Evolving it means we can get the Sun back in the future. I mean, it's probably going to Water Spout again here. Or not, okay. Or Tailwind, okay. Fair enough. Okay. So a Hyper Voice Ice Beam will knock out my Rayquaza now. That is a little bit unfortunate, but I have got Trick Room. So... what was it in the back? It was Thundurus in the back, isn't it? Thundurus is in extreme speed range. I'm actually going to put Groudon in and Trick Room. I'm not going to risk Sylveon, because I think Sylveon is extra nice. He does Ice Beam. Yeah, Cresselia really showing its bulk there. The Citrus Berry helping us out too earlier on in the game. We wouldn't have survived that without the Citrus Berry. Yeah, and the Ice Beam would have gone onto the Groudon. And now, because he's in Tailwind, we're actually looking alright. So I'm going to Hidden Power Ice the Salamence here, because he probably won't expect it. If he switches it to Thundurus, then it's going down as well. The Kyogre might be switching back as well. So I'm actually going to put Sylveon in for Cresselia. Worst case, he Ice Beams the Groudon and protects the Salamence or whatever. Yeah, it's not too much of an issue for us. Okay, he even just Ice Beams the Sylveon there. So our Sun is here to stay. We are in Trick Room. He is in Tailwind. I am really free to... yeah, Hyper Voice and Erupt, or Hyper Voice and an Earth Power and win that game. So, really interesting second game there. But we'll look for a third one. And we've actually done pretty well with this team. You know, if you watched Tuesday's video, then I think I sort of started off, you know, sort of ripping into it a little bit, saying that it looked a bit weird with Rayquaza and Groudon next to each other, and you know, lots of bits and pieces and stuff like that. Ooh, I like the look of this team. I like Mewtwo. I like Breloom. But it's actually working out for us. I mean, this team is a bit more unconventional, so I don't know if this will work out for us, but I don't know. I suppose we can try, can't we? Weavile is one of those Pokemon that I never like playing against. Weavile is really threatening. I've got Sylveon, obviously, but... But you can't just Spore it, too, with Breloom. I think I'm going to go Sylveon... Sylveon Smeargle, I'm thinking. Yeah, that's really weird. Sylveon Smeargle, Rayquaza Groudon. And he leads with Groudon. That's not good. Yeah, that's not good for us. That's definitely not good for us. Poor little Sylveon here. Yeah. Okay. Didn't anticipate that lead. He's probably going to Tailwind here as well. Maybe. Like, Rayquaza is good against both of these. I'm going to Hyper Voice Dark Void. As he does Tailwind. Okay. Hopefully we hit, yeah? Yeah, okay. I think he might have overthought that a little bit more. Maybe he was trying to scout out my wide guard. That's probably what he was doing. Yeah, okay, so I'm going to put Rayquaza in and wide guard this turn. I mean, I don't really have to. I mean, an Eruption's not going to do too much to Rayquaza. Precipice Blades obviously won't hit it. The Talonflame has got to stay asleep this turn. So I'm definitely putting Rayquaza in, but I'm just thinking, do a Dark Void or do a wide guard here? I think we Dark Void. I think that's the spirit of Smeargle. Okay, so it is Eruption. And we put the Groudon to sleep, which is nice. And it's got a guaranteed sleep turn next turn too. Yeah. Talonflame. Talonflame. Oh, Talonflame. I'm extreme speeding you. And Dark Voiding again. Any switches, then sleep. If he quick guards, then sleep. Groudon cannot wake up. And I can protect out of the last turn of Tailwind. So I'm maybe a bit worried if he's got, I don't know, the Mewtwo and Weavile could both be quite nasty. I suppose the Salamence could be quite nasty as well. Yeah, it is Mewtwo. Okay. Yeah. So what we're going to do then is actually just go for a Draco Meteor onto the Groudon and follow me. It's Mewtwo Y. Okay. So the Ice Beams knock out my my Smeargle. This, if it hits, should, yeah, knock out the Groudon. It is Life Orb. It is a Draco Meteor. It is a Mega Rayquaza. That's doing a lot of damage. And his last Pokemon, well, it's not going to be Salamence, is it? So it's either going to be Breloom or Weavile. I mean, Sylveon's good against both of those. Well, it's good against Weavile. Breloom could just Spore it. Groudon, I don't know, this Mewtwo is potentially going to be an issue for us. I think we'll put Groudon in. It is Breloom, okay. So, we could Extreme Speed and Erupt, and if Breloom doesn't protect, it goes down. Or we could Extreme Speed the Mewtwo and Erupt, and he might hang on with his Sash, and put one of us to sleep as the other one goes down. Put Groudon to sleep. Yeah, and then Sylveon would come in. I suppose it could Quick Attack, but Mewtwo would still be an issue. So tricky turn to finish this game with. I am definitely Erupting here, but what am I doing with Rayquaza? I'm going to definitely Extreme Speed as well. I just need to pick my target. I think I'm going to Extreme Speed the Mewtwo. The Breloom might protect. It doesn't though. At least I get a nice chunk onto the Mewtwo. And, ooh, he Side Strikes the Groudon. So, yeah, I don't mind that too much. Yeah, because, alright. I've got two priority attacks. I've got Extreme Speed and I've got Quick Attack. So I'm going to protect Rayquaza and hope he knocks out Groudon. He might not. Okay. And because he managed to show me his own protect there, it means I can, as safely as you can, Extreme Speed the Mewtwo and try and Erupt again. If he gets a double protect, then that would be a little bit annoying. I can wake up with Groudon here though. He tried for it, he went for it, but failed. And yeah, we've won this game because we've got Sylveon with Quick Attack in the back. So there's no way that we've lost this game. Yeah. So we'll just knock him out, yeah. So, well, how about that? You know, with a clean sweep of wins on Tuesday and Thursday, which I'm actually surprised about. This team, I think, has got some holes in it, but I don't know. Maybe when I was sort of messing around with it a few days ago, maybe I wasn't playing it right or something. Maybe I'm playing it right now. Maybe because we're not, what are we? We're, like, you know, we're not even at 1,600 on this alt. Maybe we're not playing the best opponents. Like, no disrespect at all to the people that we played in these videos, but you know, maybe higher up on the ladder we'd struggle a bit more. So intrigued with this team. I'm still intrigued. I don't know. Maybe we'll do a few more games with it at some point. Maybe I'll try and get it together in game. That'd be interesting as well. So either way, thanks a lot, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this. Please like and share, and get the video out there. Really, I appreciate that. So thank you, and goodbye for now.